Welcome to another edition of the Insider Hoop Scoop. I'm Jarret Johnson. I'm joined by the mighty Joe Yeager. Mighty Joe, man, the viewing party is over. The Red Raiders have been selected by the NCAA selection committee as a number 3 seed for the second consecutive season. Pretty good draw here. I mean, you have Northern Kentucky, who look, I'm not saying they're not a very good team. They're conference tournament champs. We'll get into them later in the week about exactly who their first round opponent is. But hey, West seed going to Tulsa. I mean, pretty much I think everything that if you're a Red Raider fan, you're hoping for, right?
Yeah. It's the tech program was respected by the committee today. Probably, and they were respected last year too. But of course, last year you had to deal with Villanova on down the line. Perhaps if you get to that point, Gonzaga is not quite as daunting. I think the general consensus right now, there are a lot of people who thought that maybe Gonzaga might even slip down to a number 2.
Yeah, and
so
Michigan
State would climb up. So I think the feeling is that maybe they're the weakest of the number 1 seeds. So now whether that plays out, I don't know. Whether Tech actually meets up with them, I don't know. But you got Michigan there as a 2 seed, very stout team. But again, I think Tech can hang with them. Northern Kentucky, it's just these first round games. I mean, remember what happened last year with Stephen F. Austin? That was a battle right down to the final moments. Northern Kentucky, I can tell you right now, a very different type of team than Stephen F. Austin. So it'll be a different situation in that regard. But on the whole, the closest possible location, Tulsa. Gotta love that. I think it's going to be Lubbock Northeast one more time, man.
Yeah, don't you think they're going to the Red Raider Nation is going to take over Tulsa? We were there in Dallas last year, and that was one of my favorite moments in covering sports. Period. It was tremendous. I expect a similar type of atmosphere in Tulsa, don't you, Joe?
Absolutely. It's not that much farther of a trip for people from West Texas, and of course the drive from DFW on up the road. Is it 35, I-35 or what, or something like that, straight up north, and there you are.
Actually, yeah.
So that's not going to deter anybody from DFW to drive up to Tulsa. So I'm expecting a massive crowd. The tickets, I'm sure, long gone by now. So it's, and the scalpers may even have a heyday. I wish I had a few to pawn off out there because, it's going to be a huge Tech crowd.
Hey, you were here at the watching party with Coach Beard, the players and everything. What was your main takeaway from what they said?
Yeah, they're very humble and very pleased, and to receive this particular seating and the setting. Again, they felt like they were respected too, so that's, and they were. There's no question about it. Sure. So very, very good in that regard, and they're excited to get a shot here. They're planning on trying to win this thing. They're not here just trying to get to the tournament. That was never the idea. Yeah. They want to win this thing. I never can get that straight for some reason.
Coach Beard, you might just say something since you just real quick, just a guns up for us real quick or something. Just happen this way. Really appreciate it.
I just don't understand why we wear hats inside.
Go ahead, step in the middle, Coach.
There's no logic to this sort of thing.
Coach Beard, this is totally just unscripted. Showed up, just we happened to pick the right spot right by his car. Coach,
timing.
Yeah, great. I love it. Time is huge. Coach, first off, congratulations on obviously the seeding and getting the tournament again. Just your overall thoughts real quick.
Just proud of our players. In our program we preach a lot about enjoy the ride, not just the destination. And days like today we try to practice what we preach. So just want to celebrate this today. Now it's time to get to work. But really proud of everybody in our program to get back to the tournament 2 consecutive years in year 2 and 3 as we build the program. I think speaks a lot for our players.
All right, Coach, I'm not going to keep you. I know you're a busy man and you've already talked with a lot of the guys, but just want to say congratulations.
Absolutely. Take it easy.
Thanks.
We'll see you in Tulsa.
Yep, see you in Tulsa. All right, well, there you have it from the man himself, Coach Beard, taking time for us here on the Hoop Scoop. Well, let's just take this time here to say how cool Coach Beard is to do stuff like that. Just totally by happenstance and walking by, and very Spike Dykes-ish, somebody who gets it. Let's just, like Coach said, take a little time to celebrate just for today. They'll get back on it. Just what the Red Raiders have in Coach Beard, and just what they're doing right now, this Red Raider basketball program.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Beard was just walking by, and you had the presence of mind. Congratulations, to ask him to come on in, and he graciously did so. I'm not sure that if Coach Calipari
No.
walks by, he's going to do something like that. So, yeah, I mean, Tech has a complete gem in Chris Beard, not only one of the elite basketball coaches in America. You know, I've thought about this some, and there is nobody that I would rather be coaching this program than Texas Tech. Nobody. Name a name. Throw any name out there. Whatever. I'm taking Chris Beard.
Yep.
And so, I mean, and I can't say that I've ever necessarily been in that situation at Texas Tech where I feel like Texas Tech has the coach, the guy that you wouldn't want. And it's not just the fact that he's such a tremendous basketball coach, but he's a really good guy. You know, we all love him, you know.
This time last year, you and I, just as basketball fans, I think it comes across that we're basketball junkies. You and I both just love the sport and have for most of our lives. And then to be associated, see the kids kind of grow up in the program and what they did last year in Dallas, that was really special. Joe, I have a sneaky feeling that, man, I don't want to jinx it, but that we're about to saddle up for another magical ride here in the NCAA tournament. It'll be crazy either way, no matter what happens. Even if they lose in the first round, it's going to be some crazy drama, and we're going to make some new memories, man.
Yeah, you know, I think this Tech team is set up well. You know, I think, you know, and some people have talked about, you know, that first round loss to West Virginia and what sort of an effect that is. I think for some people that has kind of put a damper on things, that lessened the I think there are some people who are like, how good are we really? But I think a lot of other people are looking at it like, okay, this is sort of a reset deal. This is going to really cause the team to focus more. And Coach Beard was talking about in the post game, or in this little press conference that they just did, the post watch show, that and Norris was talking about this as well. You know, they were feeling pretty bad and pretty angry about that, and they really felt like they left a lot on the floor in that game. Had some things that they didn't do that they should have done, and you know, and they had to get something out of their system with these last few days, and so they've done that. As Coach Beard said, we learn from it, then we burn it. Learn and burn, learn and burn. So, you know, I think, mentally, psychologically, they're going to be ready to go. I think they've got an opponent that they can handle in the first round. Buffalo is probably who you'd be seeing in that second round. And I'll tell you something, those Northeastern teams, I don't know what it is. You know, but maybe it's me growing up.
I'll tell you, they play a more physical brand of basketball. And just in my very little Uncle Rico days back in the day, and just playing AAU in high school and traveling all around, they're a more physical team. They're more physical brand of basketball on the East Coast. It's just a fact.
Yeah, right. You know, and I mean, I'm old enough that I grew up watching the Big East on ESPN on a regular basis.
That's a whole nother level.
Back in the yeah, I know. So, but I mean, I think that lineage that you see, I mean, continues. The Big East ain't what it used to be. But though you still have those players coming out of that part of the world, and you're talking about Buffalo. That's dead center in that part of the world. So, if indeed Texas Tech does confront Buffalo, that's going to be a really tough war right there, and it'll be quite a game to see.
You know, I'm going to leave it with this. Coach Beard put you on notice. He expects you to wear the hat from now on. I don't know if that was actually caught on tape or not, but Coach Beard let Joe know he's supposed to wear the fedora. So you're going to be on video. Why not wear the fedora? I think is what Coach said. So I think you've been put on notice there.
Yeah, that's right. What he couldn't figure out was why on earth I wear the hat indoors but don't wear it outdoors. You know? So you know, he has a point. You know, I'm just kind of a screwy kind of a guy, but so the hat has taken on a life of its own, and I think it's going to be making the trip to Tulsa. We can put it like that.
All right, man, Joe, I can't wait. Speaking of that trip, can't wait for the tournament. Can't wait to go cover the Red Raiders up there with you. Double T Farmer going to be there taking photos as well. Can't wait. Joe, thank you as always. Thank you all for watching, and until next time.